Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the S3EP5 podcast. If you're new here, each week I sit down with a guest and we discuss their career so far, the highs, the lows, and what's next for them. Today's guests are Yomi and Jamal Walker. Welcome to the show, guys.
Cheers, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us, bro.
Cool. It's great to have you both on. I mean, Yomi, I've known you for 6 years. Yes, because I first met you in 2017.
Yes.
That's when you were on my show, Nate and Jamie, many years ago. And then you ended up in the spin-off Imperfect. Yeah. So that's how we met. And then you hit me up and was telling me about your new film Package, which you are the producer of. Yeah. And Jamal is the writer, director of that. So how did this come about? How did you get involved, Yomi, in Package?
So, So I've been working with Walk With since like 2021. Okay. I remember I first auditioned for one of their short films back in 2019, and I got the role. We filmed it, and then I was just always constantly being in their projects. Jamal would hit me up, and you know that there's a lot of us like within the team. There's like writers, directors, a lot of us. So I was constantly being in their projects. Okay. And then I think because we've been doing work with the NHS as well. I think we had to do like quite a few like short films, like 5 short films. So I was helping because I know a lot of actors. I was helping like bringing a lot of the actors in, just helping about. And then Jamal asked me to join Walk With, and then he sent me the script for Package, and then I read it, and he asked me to become producer and casting director for it. So I was just like, it's a big project because I've never like actually produced like feature film. So, but it was like a great experience, and I've also like learned about becoming a producer, casting directors from doing like many other films before. So I kind of had the experience already, but I was always learning on the way and like doing all the contracts, hitting up actors. So it was a great experience, and I appreciate Jamal every day for allowing me to be on this project. And what a heck of a project it is.
Nice. So Jamal, how did you come up with the idea to write and direct Package?
I've been doing a lot of films for a long while now. I've been doing loads of short films, and I just like writing anyway. So it's a thing where I was building up this story in my head, and I was going around talking about boxes, and I keep drawing boxes on papers and doing stuff. I said I need to write something about boxes, and then we had a hit short film called Wannabe, which is our first comedy, and we kind of want to get out of all the gang stuff because a lot of the stuff that we do was gang related. And we didn't want to put our audience in this box of just gang stuff that they're watching. We wanted to give them something different. So the comedy went well. So I thought, let me make a comedy about boxes. How could I connect that? Then Packages. Then working in a school as well. I work in a school as a special needs media teacher. So working with kids and seeing how they kind of develop and how they deal with anxiety made me kind of push to pursue this kind of script and work on kids with their first jobs, doing packages and stuff like that.
Nice. So can you tell us more about Package? Like, what is this whole story about? And it's your first feature film. So what was it like writing and directing your first feature as well?
Doing my first feature film, that was a madness. I think the whole process of it was crazy because like it's me, Yoms, another person called Naya, who was doing all the finance for the film. And we're all young, we're all under 30. And we're making this feature film with no guidance, no nothing, and pulling a lot of favors from all the stuff that we've done before to get this feature done and make sure everyone on the film is paid. And we paid it out of our own pocket as well, make sure that this whole thing kind of got through. But the experience of filming it was crazy. It was the best time I think I've ever had. I think Yom's the same as you, yeah?
100%.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like we was going around shooting night and day, shooting in the morning, editing in the night, and then shooting the next morning, and just trying to get things done to make sure we get it done. And because now we're paying for locations, paying for people's time, we can't mess up. So that's the main thing and kind of pushed us to get it done. And I feel like I heard something crazy one time. I said, if you go through all that stress of making a feature film and you still want to make films after that, means you're a creator and you're a director. Mm-hmm. And from after that, we went on to the next project, and the next project, and we're still going.
Wow.
So like the feature was great. That's how I kind of went down with that.
So what's it about? Tell us about Package. What is the story? What you can share anyway.
Well, I don't want to ruin it too much. It's about these 4 boys who... It's like a coming of age story about these 4 boys, and it's a comedy as well, and they're going to get their first jobs. The main boy, Naya, he gets peer pressured into getting his first job because his younger brother got a job and he's getting all the praise from his family, and he kind of wants some of that love and that kind of feeling from his dad and his mum. So he goes to apply on Indeed and job search and all those things like all of us do, just clicking anything he can find. And then he wakes up to a notification that he's got a job as a delivery rider. And him and his boys love bikes, so he's like, fantastic. But they tell him to deliver a package here, leave in under a minute. And that seems a bit strange to anyone else, but it's his first job, so he's just going for a bit. And he goes, delivers the box, then he gets paid £50. He's like, oh, that's great. Keeps doing it, making all this money, easy money. Then his boys said to him, what are you delivering? He has no clue what he's delivering. They're like, open the box to see. He's like, nah, man, I don't want to lose my job. He goes, open the box. He opens the box, sees trainers, money, drugs, all these things. His boys are like, oh my God, let's take some. He's like, nah, let's not do it. I don't want to lose my job. But he's like, nah, let's take some. Eventually gives into peer pressure, takes some of the money, closes the box and delivers it. And nothing happens. So him and his boys start to steal stuff from the box, from money to clothes to drugs. Until one day he opens a box and sees a picture of his family members with X's over their faces. Yeah, we try to change it up. I don't want to tell anything more about the story because it gets deep and I want people to watch it and enjoy it. But it sounds really serious, but it is actually a comedy and it's really, really funny.
No, it sounds really good. I'm intrigued. I want to know what happens next. And it's, but that's the typical thing. It's young boys getting up to mischief, not realizing, you know, the consequences of their actions.
Exactly.
And so it's nice that you have done it in such a fun way because we were all young. Listen, if I was seeing all that at that age, listen, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
So we all get that. So that's really cool. So how did you guys fund it? Like, what was the budget to do a feature film? What was the budget? Because, you know.
I don't know if I want to say what the budget was, but it's not really close to what any type of feature film budget is. It's very, very micro.
Okay.
And when we speak to our mentors and speak to people about the film, they can't believe we've made it on that type of money. It's like the money we spent on this film is the money that people spent on catering for their film.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's like we kind of flipped it. And luckily, because we've done so much other projects with people, we pulled in a lot of favors. So like getting camera equipment, getting lenses, getting locations. A lot of people, I wouldn't say owed us favors, but they believe in the dreams that we had and what we've done for them. And we're not stingy when we help people out. We give you whatever you want in the world. So when we come and say we got this project, a lot of people said, yeah, Jam, take whatever you need from us. We even got shout out Pavilion Films. They gave us all of the lenses for our film. And that was worth over 250k of lenses.
That's amazing.
With no insurance, no nothing.
Whoa, okay.
That was scary.
Wow. Yeah, I can
scary.
imagine.
250k of lenses, and he gave us all these lights as well, and that's another like at least another 100k. And he just said, Jam, we believe in you, do what you need to do. He wished he was DOP in the project for us, but he was busy, so he said, take whatever you need from me and just make it happen. And luckily nothing crazy happened. There's a lot of crazy things that happened on set, but nothing crazy happened with his equipment, so I was lucky with that.
Nice. So Yomi, what was the casting process like? Because you're an actor, so you were a casting director. So what was it like for you being on the other side? You know, having to cast actors, you know, did you guys do it through self-tapes first and then callbacks? How did you do your audition process?
Yeah, so the first thing we needed to do was we needed to cast the 4 main boys, and we needed to make sure like the chemistry on screen is on point. Like they were the first 4 like roles we casted. Like there were all other like supporting roles, but we focused on the 4 boys first. And then I put the castings on like Star Now, Instagram, like Twitter, all social media sites, and like had like tons and tons of auditions coming through. And then like I was working closely with Jamal on this, so like every time someone would send me like a self-tape or something, I'll send it to Jamal, and they will always be speaking, discussing, saying like, yeah, they got, you know, they were okay, but you know, it's like when someone does an okay self-tape, but you think that they can do better. Yeah. So that was the case for some people. They were doing okay self-tapes, but still were like calling them in and that. But it was a pretty long process. It wasn't something that we wanted to rush into because this was our first feature, and like the 4 main boys had to be on point. So yeah, it took a few months, to be fair. A few months.
So when you got like, I don't know, let's say you had about 10 guys who you thought could be the main 4. What was the process for you to figure out how they would have great chemistry? Did you do callback auditions with them, table reads, or like how did you do that?
So we done callback auditions, and then we will basically mix them into groups.
Okay.
And then beforehand, I will send them like specific scenes where they're all in, and I won't even tell them anything about the scene. Like I would just say, "This is the scene. I want to see how you interpret the character." Because it's easy for a director to say, "Okay, I want you to play like this," but I want to know how you are going to play this character. At the end of the day, it's your character. You need to study. You should know this character more than anyone else. So we gave them like the scenes. We said, you know what, you lot can do whatever you want. You can read the scenes beforehand with each other, and then when we're ready to start like practicing, we'll practice. And then that's literally the case. So what we done, it'll be like 2 or 3 scenes a day that we'll practice with the callbacks, and then we'll just keep mixing up the groups. And like just to see like how well they all work with each other.
And so when you were doing the callbacks, were there like a favorite group of people, or was it like, okay, this person was good, but you didn't know about the rest? Like, was that kind of like this issue guys had?
That's a funny situation. So what we kind of did was we had 2 groups that we really liked. So there's only one character that was actually confirmed to have the role.
Okay.
From the scratch, it was written for him, so he had that role. And the other 3, there was a battle, but the first group and the second group were 2 completely different groups, so it would change the dynamics of the film completely.
Okay.
And we had to kind of decide which one we wanted. And what we did was kind of, now thinking about it, it's kind of out of order, but it was good. We made them rehearse and show each other in front of everyone. So everyone's in the same room. You do the scene, and the other person does the scene after you. And it put that pressure on them to make sure that they do as best as they can. And what we did was, whoever we liked, we choose out of those 2 groups and mix them together. We ended up mixing the groups together, didn't we?
We mixed them up.
Yeah, because there's one boy that I liked, them that didn't like.
Okay.
We kind of had to switch it up and do it, but that was the process. And when we got the main 4 down, and we believed that they looked like they could be friends. It all has to do with their ages, the way they interact with each other outside of reading the script. All this stuff like matters to us, and we want to make sure that it feels real to us, it feels real to the people that's watching it. And then from them, we casted the family members to look like them as well. And I think Yoms did a fantastic job with casting the family members, because the parents of the boys were so involved in the whole thing. They loved the experience, and they came down and done whatever they needed to do. And from there, we was kind of good to go. We got little pieces of other characters. We got Paige Cake in the film. Paige Cake came down.
Yes, I saw in the trailer. I was like, that's big.
Yeah, Paige Cake is cool. She's lovely. She came down, done her scene. And we also have Yoms TV in the film as well. I've known Yoms for a while now, and he came down and done his little bit in the film. And yeah, we didn't want to put too much famous people in the film, because I hate when films do that, where they just push famous people in to sell tickets and not show off the people that actually have talent to act. So yeah, that's what we kind of did.
Nice. So when you casted them, did you guys do rehearsals, or did you just jump straight?
Yeah, 100. We done so many rehearsals. Yeah, because especially for first feature, I would not like to just be thrown in and be like, okay, you know, I think it's just kind of nice to like have rehearsals, because we need the 4 boys to bond, especially, and like you know, just so like we actually like believe them on set. So we had a lot of rehearsals. I can't even count.
That's good, because I'm happy to hear that, because you need rehearsals really for them to gel as a cast, and then for you guys to know how you're going to do the scenes when you shoot them as well. So that's really cool. So how long did it take you to shoot? I know you said you were shooting and then editing at night. So how long did it take you to do it?
10 days.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But it was like consecutive.
Oh, okay. Wow. 10 days. So they were like 12-hour days or more?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. The first day. So the first day we started. So we started shooting on Monday. We got to set at 9 a.m. And we didn't wrap until like 1 a.m. or like 2 a.m.
Wow.
And then we had to be at the next location 7 a.m. that morning. So we really had sleep. Like,
we didn't really sleep. But it's really good, because like there's so much, like even with the first day, the second location, we kind of tried to banduli and get Airbnb to shoot in, and then when we got there, the Airbnb tried to cancel on us with all the equipment, all the camera crew were there, because it's like, what are you doing? Obviously, it's Airbnb, they're not on that. But luckily, I spoke to the women that own the house and their families. Was you there when I was talking to them?
Was it on the phone, or was it?
No, when I was actually in the house and they were offering me tea and biscuits.
I think I was in the van.
Yeah, so everyone was in the van, and I had to go inside the house and beg these people to let us film and talk to them. And luckily that the daughter is an actress.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, we're going to pay you the full rate, but we're not staying in the house. We're going to be here for a couple of hours and leave. But she's like, oh, fantastic. Oh, blah, blah. I actually need to send them the link to the film, you know. I actually forgot about that. Yeah, I need to actually message them because they're great people.
Yeah,
they looked
yeah,
after
yeah,
us
yeah,
and let
yeah,
us
yeah.
do something that we're not supposed to do in Airbnb and get the job done. But all the other days was crazy. Like, one of the locations, someone brought out a gun.
What?
Yeah, that was a mad day.
Why is it turning into Top Boy? What? That is mad.
Yeah, brought out a gun and threatened to shoot some of the people on the set.
But why? Why? You can't just drop that and not give the deets. Like, what's going on?
There's a party scene in the film which we was kind of stressing about how to film it, and then we booked the location. It cancelled on the day. Then we asked for someone else's house to film. It was supposed to be a house party scene. And then they said, yeah, it's cool, come to my house. But when we got there, they weren't there. But outside that person's house, supposedly they do lots of drug deals. So we pulled up with all our equipment, all our stuff. And this boys come. This is before I've even come on set. I'm picking up extras. And this boys come. Is that what you doing here? You can't be here, blah. Let's go nuts. Because there's all these white people around with camera equipment and stuff like that. And then he's like, where are you supposed to be? They're like, oh, we're supposed to be in that house. The boy jumped up, climbed like Spider-Man, jumped through the window of the house, opened the front door. I was like, get in the house now. So when the person came, the person was like, how did you get in my house? I was like, oh, some guy just broke into your house and let us in. She was like, what? And then he came back and he had his gun on him. He's like, nah, this is where I do my shots. You lot gotta leave. And then he pulled his gun out and then his bullets dropped out his pocket on the floor. And then he's picking up his bullets on the floor. And then the guy who done our sound for the film, he's not being funny. Like, we grew up in areas like this. So I know this is extreme, but it's an understandable extreme.
Yeah.
Where our sound man is not from nothing about this life. So as soon as he saw that, he started running. He ran all the way down the road. So I've come on set now. I'm like, where is he? He's like, he's gone.
And then I've like chased him. I'm like saying, no. He's like, he was telling me, no, I'm going. I'm gone. I'm like, bro, relax. Like, we're gonna go somewhere else. He's like, no, I'm scared.
He's so scared. Yeah. He refused to come on set. He was so scared. But at that point, I don't know what it is with me. I feel like if it's my time to die, it's my time to die. So I've gone to the guy. He's sitting in his car. I was like, bro, why did you do that? He was like, oh, no, obviously, you man on my block. This is where I lick shots, blah, blah, blah. I was like, bro, you know my face, right? He goes, yeah, I know you. You make all the films in the area, blah, blah. I said, so you know who I am, bro. I was like, you've got all these people that you don't know, and they're Asian boys, white boys, all these people that would report you to the police. And you're bringing a gun out. I was like, bro, you made me look so crazy right now. But all these people, I'm paying all these people, I'm trying to make a professional film, and you're bringing a gun out and shouting about drugs for no reason. I said, if you didn't make a scene, they would have been in the house filming and nobody would have known anything about you. You could have done what you're doing. And I gave him a massive rant, him and his friend in the car, shouting at them, cussing them, to the point where he felt bad about it. So he's like, oh, you know what, Jamal, I'm sorry. I was like, it's not about me, bro, because I'm trying to get out of the ends. I'm trying to get out of this stupidness and not have a situation like this. But you're holding us back. You're making us look so bad. You're a black boy, another black boy's making a film, and you've done the craziest thing. And then he's like, you're right. And then this is the killer now. He's like, I'm going to apologize to everyone. He gets out of the car. He goes over to the people. The sound man's back now. He goes and he's shaking everyone's hand. He's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But make sure you don't tell no one, what you saw. Oh my God. I was like,
I didn't even know he said that.
No, he was shaking. Hey, make sure you didn't say nothing to no one. Don't say nothing that you saw today, but I'm sorry, innit? I was like, you know what? It's mad, but at least he's trying and it's small developments. But that's the crazy things that happens on the sets when you're doing these no money productions and trying to make a name for yourself without spending stupid money on locations.
Yeah, you're right.
And you just have to go through it, and like, God willing, like, God blessed us and made sure no one got hurt on the set and nothing happened to anyone, and we just got through it. But that's what I'm saying, the locations and all that stuff is crazy.
I hope you wrote that into a sketch.
No,
you should, because that is hilarious, because that is mad. That is mad.
Couldn't believe that.
Especially when the bullet's dropping on the floor.
Yeah, mad.
I would have probably started laughing, but I would have had to go in a corner because I'm not trying to get shot.
At the time, it was scary. And the lucky thing about it is that the sound man found a new location for us that was much better. We got a whole bar.
Oh, okay, nice.
A whole bar, a whole setup. We had it for the whole day as well. It was quay out though. It was like an hour and a half away.
Twickenham.
It was in Twickenham. It was
okay, I know.
But we got it for free.
Yeah.
So
that's
we can't
amazing.
complain.
That's amazing.
And that's how God kind of blessed us in that way, where we had them trying to shoot us on the block to having a whole bar for free. It was great.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I mean, that's the problem. That's the great thing about like independent filmmaking. You have the best stories when you're doing it yourself, because you're gonna look back and laugh and look and kind of say to yourself, well, look, this is what we went through. These are the stories, and then you're gonna look back and be like, okay, we've come from that to where we are now.
Exactly.
So that's what's great. So then, so you wrapped the filming, you were editing as you were going. So like, what was the post-production process like after that? Because when did you film this? Like, when did you film it?
Summer? Was it? No, it's not summer.
It was Easter break.
Easter break.
So in last year, 2022?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so nice. Okay. Yeah. Right. So how long did it take you to edit?
So this is the problem now. So I edited it as well. So I wrote it, I directed it, and I edited it, and I color graded it. So the problem with this is, as I was editing, I done the first draft, finished it, and then when I saved it, my computer corrupted. Wow. My computer stopped working, and I had to send it back to Apple. And when it came back from Apple, no files, no backups, no nothing. Gosh. So the girl that I was with at the time, I called her, and I was so upset I couldn't even cry. I was like, I don't know what to do. She's like, what are you gonna do? I said, guess I'm gonna have to make it again. So I've done a whole edit of the whole film again. Luckily, now I know what scenes to use and all this kind of sound files. I kind of knew what I was doing, so it's faster to do. But I think the first draft took me 3 months, and then the second draft took me 2 months to do it.
Okay.
And then getting all the music from all the artists and trying to get paperwork from the artists and make sure we're allowed to use the music. That took the longest time, to be fair. And as soon as the film was done, I let everyone watch it, get the review. And then everyone else around us, we let them watch it as well to see what they think and make sure it's funny. Because by this time, I've seen it so many times now.
Yeah,
it's
I understand.
Boring.
I understand. Like,
the jokes are not hitting for me no more.
Yeah.
So I literally watch people watch it and see their reaction to see if it's actually working or not. And everyone seems like they actually love it and feel like this is really different to what everyone else expected it to be.
Okay. Nice. So when you did that, how important was it for you to have people watch it? Because I know when I've done my stuff, listen, I'll be watching it 10,000 times. I'm like, this is shit. This is terrible. And I'm like, okay, look, I need fresh eyes on this. Like, does it make sense? Does the story make sense? Does the message make sense? Like, you know, did you get that joke, or did you understand that point I was trying to make when I was saying this? So like, how important do you think feedback is when people watch like an early cut of your film?
It's like, it's a double-edged sword, really, because sometimes you can show it to one person and that one person will be the wrong person to show it to.
That's true.
And that will mess up everything in your whole mind. But the way that I do it is like, I will show it to someone like Yomi, because Yomi, he understands the vision I had for the film anyway. So when my eyes are done with the film and Yomi hasn't seen nothing because he's working, he comes and sees, he's like, oh my God, this is great. That's the experience I need.
Yeah.
And then I show someone else in my team, oh yeah, this is good, but I changed that. Okay, cool. And then I show it to a random girl that I'm talking to or whatever, like, come see the film. She's all gassed up to see the film. Gassed up, come watch it. Oh yeah, this is really good. She's always gonna say it's really good. Then you see someone like, I'll get like my nephew's friend to come watch it, and he'll watch it like, oh, you know, this is funny while he smokes a spliff, and I'm like, okay, so we're seeing where it's kind of gauging.
Yeah.
And then my brother makes films as well. My brother made Intent 1 and Intent 2.
Oh, okay, yes.
And he made another movie called It's a Lot, and he's doing a lot of different things with Femi Ojererin, and they're doing all these kind of projects. So then I sent it to him to watch, and he's like, yeah, he likes this and he doesn't like that. But someone said to me that you're never gonna make everyone happy.
Very true.
There's gonna be films that you love that Yoms hates, and it's like, as long as I made a film that I think is acceptable for the level that I've done it for, and we're always growing, that's ticks the box for me.
Yes. No, it's true, because everything is subjective.
Yeah.
So I used to hit, like, when I used to get feedback from people and they would like give negative feedback on it, I would just think, okay, I'm terrible, like I'm not good. But then I had to learn that not everyone's opinion is facts. Do you get what I mean?
That's a hard thing to learn.
Exactly. And the thing is, some people will say to you, oh, you shouldn't care what people think, but this is the industry where you have to care about what people think. So you have to kind of take what somebody says, and you could say, okay, I understand your point, but this isn't what I want to do. This is how I want to tell the story. So that's really good to hear as well. And it's good that you got it from a wide range of people, because you need to see, like, especially your audience, your target audience. Sounds like your target audience is like 18 to, well, no, I'd say like, 14 to like 34, that kind of age bracket.
That sounds massive, but from the work that we've been doing, from like our short films that we got on YouTube, like 4, that's done mad numbers for us, and that bracket is between 13-year-olds to about 25.
Okay.
And now we're trying to kind of target it more to 18-year-olds to 28.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the age range you want.
Yeah.
Because that's a really important, like, target audience and demographic as well. When you look at numbers and people who are going to buy the ticket, 13-year-olds will want to go see it, but they ain't got no money.
Yeah, we're so like that student finance money to
exactly this is what we're saying. Like, if you're going to go to the cinema, it's the 18-year-old plus who's going to be taking their little brother or their cousin or nephew. Do you get what I mean? So that's the audience that you want to make sure that they're going to spend their money to go and obviously see the film and stuff like that. So that's really cool. So I know you guys have got your premiere next week on the 9th, and that's going to be at Rich Mix in Shoreditch. So how did that come about? How comes you got to have it premiere there?
So luckily, we've partnered up with Rich Mix in the past.
Okay.
We did 2 short films, one called Escape, which was, well, both are funded by Children in Need, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Both are funded by Children in Need. And Escape was the first all-female movie that we made. It was a horror film that has to do with social media and how it reflects on these girls at a young age, and it was really complex, but we played around with it, and that was our first budgeted film that we made, and we had the Wannabe comedy as well coming out at the same time. So we premiered both of them in Rich Mix through our partnership with another company called We Are Parable. And We Are Parable is one of the best companies I've ever worked with. Their whole thing is about supporting young creators and supporting people come up. And I've known them for years. We used to work with them and film their content when they go on shows and do stuff. And now they've reached a level where they do sponsorships and get people into cinemas, get people into mentorship schemes and stuff. So if anyone is actually listening to this and need guidance of what you want to do as a creator, look at We Are Parable, sign up to their newsletter, do all that kind of stuff. And trust me, they're the most loveliest people I've ever met. So from working with them, and our first screening that we did there, we sold out as well. And that took us about a week to do. We sold it out, and they didn't believe in us. The cinema hated us at that point, and they didn't want to give it to us. And I remember the day before it sold out, I was supposed to have a meeting with the cinema, because the cinema was like, let's have a meeting with Jamal, because we're not sure if we're going to sell these tickets and what we're going to do if we can't sell it. And I was like, all right, cool. Morning of the meeting, we checked the website, it was sold out.
That's
so then
amazing.
I had the meeting with them, and they said, yeah, well, we have nothing to say. So we'll see you on the night. And that's what happened with that. So now when the feature film came out, that's the first people we tried to hit up and say, listen, we've got this feature film we're doing. Can we do a screening? We are Parable, join us. Yeah, of course, we're going to sort it out. And then they gave us a date. They gave us Thursday at 8:00. And then we sold out in 24 hours.
That's amazing.
Without dropping any promotion, without dropping any trailer, with dropping just from our name alone and having our feature film. And that made us feel like it humbled us a little bit, and also built up the anticipation and the stress of what are people going to think about this film. And then we dropped the trailer, and then from that they gave us another date on the Saturday prime time to kind of do another screening for everyone that didn't get tickets. And I think we even kind of crashed the website because the website stopped working properly.
Wow.
And people are like, "Raw, you're moving like this is a dance." Like, people are trying to get there like it's a dance and buy tickets, but this is something that no one's heard of doing in that cinema. So they're so gassed for us. And then from that we have like meetings with Channel 4 and Film 4. And when I'm talking to them, they're like, I sent the links to them because I got a mentorship with Channel 4. And then send the links to them, and they went to go buy tickets. It's sold out. They're like, oh my God, it's sold out. I'm like, yeah. They're like, so what promotion did you do? Nothing. We just said it's out. And they said, you sold out? It was like, yeah, with no trailer. Yeah. They're like, cool, we need to talk. So that's what I'm saying. We're hitting the target audience that a lot of people want anyway. And if we can kind of make this film a success and bring all the other people with us up as well to the next bracket, that's what we want to do.
Nice, that's great. I mean, I love to hear it. I'm rooting for everybody black, so I'm gonna have to try come down. I'll have to check my schedule, but I'll let you guys know. But that's amazing. That's dope. So like, I was gonna ask you like, what is the plan next? So if you're having meetings with Channel 4, then I mean, that's it.
I don't want to talk too much on that one, but hopefully things will come forward the way that we needed to come forward. But if not, we've got so much in the pipeline. We're working with another company called APE Media that does loads of work for the council, and they're bringing us, and they're the people that got us to deal with. We've got a contract with Children in Need where we create content for them as well, and they helped us get a couple of jobs for NHS as well. So we're working really close with them with some other projects, and web series 4, that's our main flagship show. We got season 3 coming out, and we're filming that right now. Me and Joms are sorting that out. That's the next show. I think that's going to be crazy when that comes out because it's so anticipated. Everyone really, really wants it. Season 1 is on dumb views. Like the first episode's on 1.8 million.
Wow, that's amazing.
And it just, everyone keeps watching it. All to this day, if I check my phone, I'm still getting comments about it. Like, when's it coming out? And now, 2 years later, we're dropping the next season. That's the biggest move. And we've got a couple of superhero things that we're working on as well.
That is great. I mean, how are you funding all of this? This is what I want to know. What money? What are you doing? Like, I need to know. Like, how are you getting all this to do?
Saving our pennies.
Well, that's amazing. That sounds great. I love to hear how you guys are just pulling together, building your brand, Walk With. You know, that's great to see. I mean, it just seems like up and up and up. Like, I mean, I would ask what's next, but I mean, you've got everything going on right now.
Yeah, we've got a plan, and our team is, there's 8 of us. 3 of us are like, well, 4 of us. So 4 of us are the main heads of the thing. So I run the company. Then we have Yoms as well. Then we've got Nai that deals with money. We've got Dom that deals with the sound side of stuff, because we're kind of developing some young artists to make music and kind of push them forward. So that's like the four horsemen, and we're trying to take over the world that way. And yeah, we obviously, it sounds a lot like we know exactly what we're doing, but we're just winging it, man. I can't even lie. Like, we're winging it and hoping that the formula works, so then we can bring other people involved. Like, even with the film package, some of the actors are still in college, and we've gone to the colleges, and we're going to show the film in the colleges, so the kids can get that recognition, realize that they can do these things. They don't have to wait till they get older. We're showing it in LSA, I think it's LSA. We need to kind of confirm a date with them, hopefully showing in late in sixth form, because that's the college that we went to. And we're just trying to get the word out and make people realize that the whole Walk With company is not about just me, not about just drums. It's about the new generation of young actors coming up, because it's a funny story, because it's called Walk With. The company's called Walk With because I'd rather walk with you to the top than walk alone. So it's like, walk with anyone that's with us and push ourselves up as black people, as any people, as people on this earth, because you know how it is in the creative world. Nobody wants to open the door for you.
No.
People rather close the door and make sure you can't get in, so they can have a conversation, instead of bring you in and have that conversation with 3 people. And I don't want that to happen no more, so I'm trying to help as much as I can.
No, I love that. I think you have to do it yourself. It's so great, Yomi, that you're doing this as well, because I would say to actors as well, it's like, if you want to get the roles, you have to do it yourself. You can't just wait around for that dream role. Like, you can go in hundreds of auditions and not get anything, you know? So it's great to see that you've decided to go behind the scenes and push yourself forward as well, so you can achieve both. So what's that like for you, been balancing? Because I met you just as an actor. So what made you want to jump into being behind the scenes as well?
I mean, it just like organically happened, because like I said, I was always chilling with Jamal and like the rest of the team. This was even way before I was in Walk With, and like, because I have like experience in acting, sometimes like they'll ask me to come in to, like, you know, sometimes like not coach, but like kind of like watch over some scenes. Like, these people rehearse, like some of the actors are rehearsing, and I'll just be there giving my own opinion, or like, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? You know what I mean? And it just kind of naturally happened when I will also help Jamal get actors as well, and it just all just worked together. And I mean, producing, I knew nothing about producing. Like, call sheets, never made a call sheet in my life. Contracts, never made a contract. So you just kind of learn those things when you're like on the job, and like, you just learn it. And I think that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? I'm still learning myself. You know, there's so many things that like, I'm learning, but. Yeah, it's just great. And obviously Jamal's always like being so supportive, and like the rest of the team are always supportive, and I'm just like, one family. And working behind the scenes is great. I never actually thought I'd ever be in like that position, but you know, it's the best thing ever.
Nice. And what I like is how you both are always saying that you're still learning. You can be confident in what you're doing and know that you've done a lot, and you can be confident to know that you can pull it off. But it's also humbling to know that you still have a lot to learn. I always say to people, if you meet somebody who acts like they know everything, run. They're the worst people to work with, because they don't know what they're talking about, and they'll just be a shit show for you when you're trying to make your film. So it's great to see that you guys are still just hustling and grinding until you get to where you want to be. And then once you get there, it's even more goals, more spaces that you want to create as well, and open up more doors. And I like how there's such a variety in the content you're making. Like you were saying that, you know, you had done a lot of hood stuff as well, but it's like you can make stuff what's relatable, and people need to see that. But then it's also, okay, you can make something relatable and make people laugh. You can make something relatable and tell it through a psychological drama or horror and stuff. So it's good to see that, and I'm looking forward just to seeing what you guys do next. It's literally like just the beginning, so it's been good to hear more about what Walk With does. And so I'm excited to see the film. I will let you guys know if I can come. but yeah, so tell us again, like, all the details for where people can like find you guys, Walk With, the film, and the premiere and stuff. And will package be online as well to see?
Yeah, we're hopefully gonna have it on Amazon Prime.
Okay, nice.
We're waiting for them to come back to us and tell us and give us our contract so we can kind of look over it. Like, so that's hopefully the way that we want to go forward. Amazon Prime, I think they said Xbox Marketplace, all that kind of stuff, so people can purchase it and then move forward to the streaming service after. We're kind of trying to generate as much revenue back to the company than how much we spend.
Of course.
But yeah, Walk With. If you want to contact us, you can go on our website. It's www.walkwithw.co.uk. On our Instagram is just walkwithw, and just DM us, follow us, message us. I'm terrible on social media. I'm actually the worst person. People don't even like when you're texting me. I'm terrible. I talk like a granddad. So like somebody in the team will reply back to you and deal with that kind of situation. And we're always looking for actors. We're always looking for people that still want to be creative. Send us scripts so we can read it, give you feedback, do what we can do. I'm not saying that we have the keys for anything, but one more eye on your work is better than no eyes on your work.
It's true.
Yeah, it's worth a try. And we have our home in Bow, just down the road from where we are now, and we try to make it a comfortable place. We've got PlayStation there, we've got sofas there, and we just have it as a creative hub for other creators to come down, just chill and do work. You don't even have to be a part of what we've got. Loads of photographers, actors, writers that come down just to be in an environment to mix of other people. Yeah, so that's our thing. Nice.
So like, okay, so the trailer's out now. So people, where can people see the trailer so they can get a taste of the film as well?
The trailer's on Instagram, on our Instagram, on Walk With W Instagram, and also on YouTube. So if you type in Walk With W on YouTube, it'll come up straight away. You see the W with the 3 dots. Or if you just type in FOUR, FOUR, you'll see our web series come up straight away. I think it's like the number 1 thing that comes up when you type in that word. And then go to our thing. You can see the trailer. You can see the previous work that we've done. And and we also do a lot of photography as well. We do loads of photography. We're taking on interns as well. We've got 2 junior directors and 1 they don't call them runners no more. What do they call it again?
What, production assistant?
Production assistants. Okay. Yeah, they got 1. And we got a production assistant as well. So if you want to come on and just be on set and learn from us and be in the edit when we're editing, please just contact us. We're really, really cool guys. We swear a lot and drink a lot of alcohol, but besides that, we're just cool people, man.
Nah, I love what you're doing. Good luck on everything, honestly, and thanks for coming on the show. I'm really inspired by you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing the film. So thanks guys for listening. You can follow me all on my usual socials, and stay tuned for new episodes coming soon.